Stop, before you even think about calling an expensive landscaper. Before you spend a single dime on generic big box store decorations, you need to watch this video. I'm about to show you over 25 breathtaking garden secrets that will transform your outdoor space into a personal paradise, making your neighbors absolutely certain you hired a high-end professional. And here's the most amazing part. Almost every single one of these transformative projects is made from junk, from things people throw away. You can do this, I promise. Stick around, because the watering can light feature we're going to make is a total showstopper that will absolutely blow your mind. And one of our final ideas is a living piece of art that looks like it costs thousands of dollars, but can be made for pennies. What's up, garden lovers? And welcome to Garden Homes. We turn boring, forgotten backyards into an absolute paradise. And we do it without breaking the bank. I promise you, every single idea I'm showing you today is something you can absolutely do. It's all step by step, with no special skills or fancy tools needed. It's about seeing the potential in the everyday and the discarded. Before we dive into this treasure trove of ideas, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button with enthusiasm and subscribe so you don't miss our weekly transformation. And please, drop a comment below telling me your biggest garden challenge right now. I read every single one. Alright, the journey from junk to jewels starts now. Let's get into it. We're going to kick things off with some simple, functional, and incredibly charming projects that add instant personality. These are the details that make a garden feel loved and lived in. They're easy wins that will get you inspired and ready for the bigger transformations to come. Project 25, Repurposed Jar Herb Garden. Let's begin with a project that is as practical as it is beautiful. This is vertical gardening made simple, elegant, and rustic. You'll need a nice piece of weathered barnwood, or even an old fence slat. The more character, the better. The next ingredient is a set of pipe clamps, which you can find at any hardware store for next to nothing. Screw these clamps directly onto the wood, spacing them out evenly. Now slide regular glass jars, old pasta sauce jars, pickle jars, whatever you have into the clamps, and tighten them up. You've just created an instant wall-mounted herb garden that's perfect for placing right near your kitchen door for easy access. The beauty is in its honesty. You can see the soil, the roots, and the vibrant green herbs through the glass. It's a super functional piece of rustic decor that costs virtually nothing and keeps fresh flavors right at your fingertips. This project is about creating a space for wildlife, which in turn makes your garden healthier, more vibrant, and more fascinating. We're going to encourage the good guy. A bug hotel provides critical shelter for beneficial insects like pollinating solitary bees and the voracious pest-eating ladybugs. To make one, you just need to build or find a simple wooden frame. An old crate or a few pieces of scrap wood nailed together works perfectly. Then fill the different compartments with natural materials. Think hollow bamboo sticks, drilled logs, pine cones, rolled up cardboard and twigs. Pack each section tightly. It's a fascinating piece of rustic sculptural art that doubles as an ecological powerhouse for your garden's ecosystem. Project 22, Hand-Painted Stepping Stones. It's time to turn your garden path into a personal art gallery. Forget those bland gray concrete pavers. This is your chance to turn them into unique works of art. This is also a fantastic project to do with family, creating memories as you create beauty. Start with some plain concrete pavers from the hardware store, or maybe you have some old ones already. Your only real investment is some outdoor acrylic paint and a good strong concrete sealer to protect your work from the elements. Then let your imagination run wild. Paint a vibrant sunflower, a cheerful welcome message, your family's handprints dated with the year, or intricate mandala patterns. Once they're painted and sealed, you have personalized, joyful little bursts of color guiding you and your guests through the garden. Each step becomes a discovery. A garden isn't just for looking at, it's for living in. This next set of projects is all about creating cozy, irresistible spots to hang out, entertain, and truly enjoy the sanctuary you're building. We're moving from small details to the core elements of your outdoor living room. Project 21, the Cable Spool Table. Every great seating area needs a central table to anchor it, a place to set down your drink, a book, or a plate of food. Forget expensive patio furniture. Go on a hunt for a large wooden cable spool. Electrical companies, construction sites, and even internet installers often have these and might even give you one for free just to get it off their hands. Give it a good sanding to get rid of any splinters or rough patches, really bringing out the grain of the wood. Then seal it with a durable outdoor varnish to protect it from sun and rain. In an hour or two of work, you have the perfect rustic, industrial chic coffee table. It's incredibly sturdy, uniquely stylish, and another powerful testament to the beauty of upcycling. Project 20, the DIY fire pit area. There is something ancient and magnetic about a fire. Nothing brings people together, or extends the usability of your garden into the cooler months quite like a fire pit. And you don't need a professional mason to build one. You can create a safe, beautiful and simple fire pit in a single afternoon. Start by clearing a perfect circle in your yard, digging down to the bare dirt, lay a solid base of sand for insulation and drainage. Then simply build a low wall around it with reclaimed bricks, concrete pavers or natural field stones. You can dry stack them, no mortar needed. Surround this with some gravel and chairs, and you've created the ultimate garden upgrade, turning your backyard into a year-round destination for making memory. Project 19, the cinder block bench. Now that you have a fire pit and a table, you need seating, but you definitely don't need a loan or a carpentry degree to make it happen. This is, without a doubt, the easiest, most stylish, and most affordable bench you will ever not build. It's more assembly than construction. Get 12 standard cinder blocks and 4 4x4 wooden posts, cut to your desired length. Stack the cinder blocks into 2 pillars, with the holes facing outwards. Then simply slide the wooden posts through the holes in the blocks. That's it. It's a durable, shockingly comfortable modern bench that looks incredibly high-end and intentional. Throw on some colorful outdoor cushions for comfort and a splash of color, and you're ready to relax in style. Planters are the backbone of garden decor, but those standard plastic pots are a missed opportunity for greatness. In this section, we're banishing boring and embracing the bold. We're going to prove that absolutely anything can be a planter if you have a little imagination, turning everyday objects into stunning focal points. They're your next favorite planter, waiting to be reborn. Grab some old tires. Local garages and tire shops are often thrilled to have you take them away for free. The first, most important step is to scrub them down thoroughly. Use a stiff brush and degreaser to remove all the road grime. Then hit them with a high-quality primer made specifically for rubber. Now for the truly fun part, go wild with color. A sunny yellow, a bold turquoise or a classic white will instantly turn that piece of junk into a piece of modern art. You can stack them for height, hang them on a wall or just place them strategically. Fill them with soil and plant heat-loving flowers like zinnias, cosmos or marigolds that will pop against the vibrant color. You just saved the planet and made your garden look incredible. Project 17, colander hanging baskets. Here's a genius hack that will make you say, "Why didn't I ever think of that?" Walk through any thrift store and keep your eyes peeled for old enamel colanders. They are the absolute perfect hanging basket. They're colorful, they have a wonderful retro vibe, and here's the kicker that makes them so brilliant. They come with built-in drainage holes. There's no drilling required. Just attach some simple chains, which you can also find at a hardware store. Line it with a bit of moss or a cocoa liner if the holes are large, and fill it with potting soil. Plant them with beautiful cascading flowers like fuchsia, calabracoa, or lob. They are so much cooler, more durable, and more interesting than the cheap plastic baskets from the store. Find a vintage-style cage at a flea market or craft store. The more ornate, the better. Line the bottom half with a cocoa liner to hold the soil, and then fill it with a good quality potting mix. The absolute key to making this project a success is to use trailing plants. Think of string of pearls, all types of ivy, or creeping jenny that will not only fill the cage, but grow up and spill out through the bars. It creates this stunning magical effect, as if the cage itself couldn't contain the sheer force of life inside it. Hang it from a sturdy tree branch, or a shepherd's hook, and watch it become a living, breathing sculpture in your garden. Okay, let's pause for a moment. We've covered small details, we've built an entire outdoor living room, and we've completely reimagined what a planter can be. We are just getting started on this journey of turning trash into absolute treasure. If you're loving these ideas and feeling inspired, please hit that subscribe button right now and join the Garden Homes family. Trust me, we're about to get into the really magical stuff next. The projects that add sparkle, light, and high-end artistic flair, and you do not want to miss it. This is where we elevate your garden from a nice space into an enchanted wonderland. The right lighting and artistic touches can completely change the mood, making your evenings magical and your days more beautiful. These are the projects that look expensive but are secretly simple and affordable. Project 15, the living succulent wall frame. Okay, get ready, because this is the project that looks like it belongs in a high-end art gallery or a chic modern hotel. We are going to create a living wall that you can hang like a priceless painting. First, find a deep, old, ornate picture frame. The bigger and more detailed, the better. build a shallow box on the back of it, using thin plywood, then staple a layer of chicken wire firmly across the front of the box. Fill the entire box with a well-draining cactus and succulent soil mix, packing it in. Now the fun begins. You simply poke dozens of succulent cuttings through the holes in the wire and into the soil. Arrange them by color, shape, and texture to create a living mosaic. It's a breathtaking, jaw-dropping piece of art that grows and changes all season long. Project 14, the speedy and stylish bird bath. Birds bring music, movement, and vital energy to a garden. You can make a stunningly beautiful and elegant bird bath in mere minutes. Scour your local thrift store for 2 key items. A large, shallow glass platter, perhaps an old serving dish with a nice pattern, and a sturdy old spindle from a broken chair or a chunky wooden candlestick. The key is to use a strong, completely waterproof epoxy. Apply a generous amount to the top of the spindle, press the platter firmly onto it, and let it cure completely. Fill it with fresh water. Maybe add a few pretty stones for the birds to perch on. And get ready to welcome your new feathered friends in style. Project 13, solar jar lights. This has to be the easiest and most effective way to get that gorgeous firefly-like glow along your garden paths and throughout your flower beds. Start saving your old glass jars, jam jars, pickle jars, canning jars. Any shape or size will do. You can buy very cheap solar lids online that fit standard mason jars, or simply purchase small, inexpensive solar units that you can pop inside any jar. For a beautiful sea glass effect, you can paint the inside of the jars with a mix of white school glue, a few drops of water, and some food coloring. Or for a simpler approach, just fill them with clear glass beads or marbles to catch and refract the light. They charge all day in the sun, and then automatically light up your garden with a soft, magical glow at night. Project 12, the watering can light feature. Get ready, because this is the showstopper I promised you at the beginning. This project creates a breathtaking, magical illusion that will have everyone who sees it talking. Find an old metal watering can. A bit of rust or patina only adds to its charm. Carefully stuff the small battery pack from a set of copper wire fairy lights deep inside the can. Then meticulously thread each of the light strands through the sprinkler holes of the spout, letting them cascade out like a stream of water. Hang the can from a shepherd's hook so that it appears to be pouring over a patch of low plants or into a flower pot. At night, it genuinely looks like you're pouring a stream of twinkling liquid stars into your garden. It is pure, unadulterated magic. Now we're focusing on the artistic details and small structures that give a garden its soul. These are the personal touches that make your space uniquely yours and provide that professionally designed feel. It's about creating beauty and function from the most unexpected sources. The answer is in your recycling bin. Start saving your empty wine bottles. All those different shades of green, blue, amber, and brown glass look absolutely incredible when placed together. The project itself is simple. Just dig a narrow trench along the edge of your garden bed, about 6 inches deep. Then place the bottles upside down, one after another, into the trench. Pack the dirt back in firmly around them to hold them in place. The effect is immediate, but when the sun hits them, they glow like buried jewels. It's a free, colorful, and stunningly modern way to define your garden beds. Project 10, DIY spoon wind chimes. A garden should appeal to all the senses, and that includes sound. Let's create a gentle, soothing soundscape. Gather up a collection of old, mismatched silverware from a thrift store, spoons, forks, you name it. The more varied the shapes and sizes, the better the sound will be. Using a power drill with a small metal bit, carefully drill a tiny hole in the handle of each piece. Then, using a clear fishing line, hang them from a larger central piece like an old fork or a decorative serving spoon. The different sizes and shapes will clang and tinkle against each other, creating a soft, gentle, and completely unique music in the breeze. It's a symphony made from forgotten treasures. Project 9, tin can lanterns. Your recycling bin is a veritable goldmine for magical garden lighting. Take some old tin cans, soup cans, coffee cans, vegetable cans, and remove the labels. Fill them completely with water and place them in the freezer overnight. The solid block of ice inside prevents the can from collapsing during the next step. Using a hammer and a nail, you can now easily punch patterns all over the sides of the can. Create stars, swirls, flowers, or random dots. Let the ice melt out, dry the can, and then spray paint it a cool metallic color like copper or silver. Hang them from tree branches with a bit of wire. A single tea light or a small LED candle inside will cast beautiful dancing patterns of light all over your garden at night. Project 8, the old boot planter. This particular project is pure, unadulterated personality. Find a single, heavily worn-out work boot or cowboy boot at a garage sale or flea market. The more scuffed up, soulful, and full of character, the better. The first step is to drill a few drainage holes in the soil to ensure your plant's roots don't rot. Then fill it up with a gritty cactus or succulent soil mix. Now plant a small collection of succulents inside. For a truly perfect finishing touch, have a string of pearls, succulent, trailing out from the top, looking just like an untied shoelace. It's quirky, it's a guaranteed conversation starter, and it proves that anything, absolutely anything, can be a planter if you have just a little bit of imagination. Project 7. Painted rock garden markers. Let's ditch those flimsy, boring plastic tags for your herbs and vegetables. It's time to create garden markers that are as beautiful as the plants they identify. Go on a scavenger hunt for some smooth, relatively flat river stones. Give them a good wash and let them dry completely. Then, using your acrylic paints, get creative. You can paint the rock to look like the plant it's identifying. A round red rock for tomatoes, a long orange one for carrots, a leafy green one for lettuce. Or you can simply write the name of the plant with a little artistic illustration next to it. Seal them with a clear coat, and you have delightful, functional art that makes the act of gardening so much more fun and personal. We're rounding out our list with projects that are pure whimsy and charm. These are the creations that spark joy, tell a story, and give your garden a sense of wonder. From miniature worlds to grand sweeping statements, this is where your creativity truly gets to shine. Project 6. The Teacup Fairy Garden. And now, for the smallest visitors to your garden, whether they're real or imagined, let's create a tiny world within a world. Find a chipped or cracked teacup and saucer at a thrift store. The damage just adds to its story. Fill the teacup with a bit of soil, and use tiny succulent cuttings, clippings of moss, and small-leafed ground covers to create a miniature landscape. A path made of tiny pebbles, a shiny blue bead for a gazing ball, a twig for a bench. It's a tiny pocket of pure concentrated magic that reminds you and everyone who sees it to always look for the small wonders in life. Project 5. Upcycled drawer planters. Have a broken nightstand, a dilapidated dresser, or an old wooden filing cabinet. Don't you dare throw it out. Those drawers are treasure chests, just waiting to happen. Pull them out and you have instant planter box. Just drill some drainage holes in the bottom, and if you want to protect the wood for longer, you can line them with a piece of a plastic bag. Just be sure to poke holes in the plastic too. Fill them with soil and plant. The best part is the built-in character. The old handles, the dovetail joints, the worn wood finish. You can stack them for a cool tiered effect, and plant them with colorful annuals like coleus or marigolds. It's a zero-cost project that looks effortlessly stylish and chic. Project 4. The Traffic-Stopping Bicycle Planter. You've seen these stunning features in glossy garden magazines, and yes, you can absolutely have one for next to nothing. Find any old rusty bicycle at a yard sale, a scrap heap, or a flea market. The more beat up and forgotten, the better. The transformative secret is 1 can of vibrant spray paint. Pick a color that truly pops, like a bright teal, a sunny yellow, or a shocking pink, and cover everything: the frame, the handlebars, the wheels. Slap a wicker basket on the front and a couple of wire ones on the back, and secure them tightly with zip ties. Fill these baskets with gorgeous cascading flowers like petunias, geraniums, or verbena. It's instant, whimsical, storybook charm that costs less than a fancy dinner out. Project 3. The Repurposed Gutter Strawberry Wall. Want to grow your own fresh food but are convinced you have no space? Look no further than your local roofer's scrap pile. This is one of the most practical and productive hacks out there. Find some old aluminum gutters and cut them into manageable sections. Attach end caps, which you can buy at a hardware store, and drill plenty of drainage holes along the bottom. Mount them on a sunny fence or wall, one above the other like shelves. You now have a highly efficient, tiered planter wall. It's absolutely perfect for growing strawberries. It keeps the delicate fruit off the ground, away from slugs and pests. You can also use it for herbs, lettuces, or other shallow-rooted green. It's a productive, living wall made from pure scrap. Project 2. The Vintage Ladder Plant Shelf. If you ever see an old wooden ladder at a garage sale, never ever pass it up. It's a 5-story apartment building for your plants, and it requires zero assembly. It's instant vertical entry. Just lean it against a fence or a boring exterior wall, and you've instantly turned a flat, uninspired surface into a dynamic, multi-level focal point. The rungs are the perfect shelves for pots of all shapes and sizes. A pro design tip is to put your bigger, heavier pots on the bottom rungs and the smaller, more delicate ones on top. This creates a pleasing visual balance. Let a bit of ivy or another vine weave its way through the rungs to tie it all together. It's rustic, it's brilliant, and it's a total game changer for adding height and dimension to any space. Project 1. the broken tile mosaic path. We've arrived at our final project, and it's a profound one. It's about taking things that are broken and shattered and turning them into something even more beautiful than they were before. Stop seeing broken things as trash and start seeing them as your art supply. Collect broken tiles, chipped plates, shattered terracotta pots, and even colorful sea glass. Instead of a boring concrete path, you're going to create a masterpiece. Lay out your broken pieces in a bed of fresh mortar. It's like putting together a puzzle without a picture, and the result is a vibrant, chaotic, and utterly stunning path that tells a powerful story of transformation and resilience. It's a one-of-a-kind feature that will be the absolute soul of your garden. Just take a moment and look at what we've done. Remember that boring patch of grass or that forgotten patio? Now it's a living, breathing sanctuary, absolutely bursting with personality, color, and light. Every single corner tells a story, not of how much money was spent, but of how much creativity and love was poured into it. This is the ultimate secret that professional designers know. Truly beautiful gardens don't require a big budget. They require imagination. They require a little bit of effort, and they require the courage to see the incredible potential in things that other people throw away. You have that courage. You have that creativity. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible transformation. I truly hope you're feeling inspired and empowered to look at your own yard with brand new eyes. If you got some great ideas today, please smash that like button and share this video with someone who needs a little garden inspiration in their life. And be sure to subscribe for more weekly garden hacks that save you money and make your home more beautiful. I want to know which of these projects was your absolute favorite. Which one are you going to try first? Drop a comment below and tell me. Next week I'm showing you the 3 biggest garden design mistakes that absolutely ruin your yard's potential and how to fix them for under $20. You don't want to miss it. Until then, keep dreaming, keep creating, and keep growing.